My toddler's finished hiding, but I'm here to tell you that today we are changing from summer to winter and coming in our wardrobe, so it's changing the seasons because we're not buying new things, we're changing to the old stuff. And then you finished filling up your bucket. All right, this not go there. Where does this go?
Your toy.
Okay, so let's go put it back. Okay, thank you. Can you go pack the toys so we can bring them in here? Thank you. Anyway, we are here to... Hello and welcome. It's going to be another episode of Getting Down and Dirty with Paula. And by that I mean I'm going to share with you all of the dirty deeds. And by that I mean the reality of doing stuff in a normal home. There's no beautifying over here, and that's what my life is about. Doesn't mean yours has to be this way. Doesn't mean anyone has to do things this way. But it's how I do it, and the reason I share is because I know there's someone out there that does exactly like me and will feel seen and not internet, filter on. So let's get done. Also, I'm gonna change it. We're gonna change this room. The reason why we started here, this is my toddler's room. But we are changing this room. We're removing this because this is our old mattress, believe it or not. No, we did not buy one new bed because we couldn't afford it, and he wanted a bigger bed, so we decided to do this to trial out. 2 months in, he's back in his crib by his own choice. So we are removing this from here and putting his toys in here and removing them from the lounge because it's all and it's nap time. So we shall see how this goes. Oh, and we will be changing our summer to winter clothes. I might do a separate video for that on my side of things, because I'm going to show you what I kept from last year to this year for the winter season. So we shall go through that together. So yeah, let's go. I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes that went on to start this video. It was quite chaotic, and I was going to cut it all out, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to add it because it was actually quite funny and it's just the reality of it. Anyway, I wanted to show you the before of what it looked like, and right there you can see his head almost, but that's all the whole area we're going to bring into his room because it's his whole toy situation, so we want to put it in his room. And right now I'm just changing things around from summer to winter. And I'll confess right now, this is all the changing from summer to winter that I did on our clothes. I didn't get to do anything else. Look, you Buzz Light. Look.
I want it.
Okay, go get tissue first to blow your nose. And I'll give it to you. Just go blow your nose. I just need to blow your nose. It's got a booger. You have a giant booger. Calm down, Flynn. You don't need to overreact every time I asked you to do one thing. Up. Where's your socks? Where's your socks?
It was so coloring.
Oh, there was colouring in them. And who made the colouring? Huh? Who coloured them?
All the colors.
Who did that? Was it you?
That was Daddy.
No, it wasn't, Daddy.
It was a chair. I mean, it was a cute cat.
It was a cute cat. Go. See yourself in the mirror.
Ooh, I know what this.
No. This one is for after
Oh,
shower.
hat.
Don't know, there isn't. You can go get a hat, but there's no hat for that one. I don't think.
Oh, that's like that.
Wait, let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Calm down. Flint.
Look at that now.
The reason why I wanted to share this with you today is because I think, we get stuck on this idea that the online world is exactly what life should be like. And most of the online world is shared with a little bit of luxury and a little bit of tidiness, and there's no messy bit, and everything is just meant to be perfect. And that's okay. That's absolutely perfectly fine. But I am a person that prefers a little bit more reality. So I decided I'm going to be the one to share that instead of expecting it from others. I know there's a lot of creators that already do this, and it's incredible, and incredible to see, because I can relate to them, and someone else I know will be able to relate to them, and most of people will be able to relate to them. But it's also okay to see the other side of it, which is the beautifying and the making things pretty for content, which is absolutely okay as well. Like, the luxury is absolutely fine if people prefer that. I prefer a bit more normal life and a bit less luxury, but that's just me and my preferred way of living, and everyone has their own, because it's based on your own preferences, and that's absolutely fine. And my idea here, and what I'm trying to explain, is we don't have to feel guilty or feel upset because someone else lives differently from us. I rather believe that we need to be grateful for the life we have been able to build for us, and if we are not happy, we will just work towards something that we want. Obviously, this is not exactly how I expect my life to just be like, but right now we can't afford as much as we expect, so we do as well as we can, and that's okay, because one day things will change and we are working towards that. So anyway, the reason why we are here today and I'm making this change is because we had that bed there, which was a trial bed. That's why I'm actually really glad we decided to use that mattress instead of just buying a bed, because right now it would have been a bit complicated to get rid of it. So our toddler was not enjoying his crib time, so we thought maybe let's try and give him a bigger bed and see if it changes. We did that for a few months and it worked well, but then it kind of went back to the same routine. And now, after a few months, he actually saw the crib in the garage and decided he wanted the crib back in his room. So we brought the crib back, and for the last 2 months he's basically just been sleeping in his crib, and sleep and going to sleep has changed considerably. Like, he actually is happy to go to sleep. So now we had this massive space with a mattress that is not being used and just collecting dust and just has a few toys on it. So we decided to change it. Yes, it was very randomly as well. Like, today I woke up and was like, yep, I'm gonna change it, so I decided to do that. Okay, now for the reason why we wanted to bring his toys in here is because we actually are tired of seeing the mess of toys in the living room, which is our living space. So we thought that maybe if we put it in his room, then the mess will just stay in there, out of sight, out of mind type of thing. Yeah, I know, we are genius parents over here and just trying our best to just not go crazy and not having the feeling that you have to tidy your house every single day. So at least now it's contained into that room, and then every week we will tidy it with him. So we kind of start this sort of routine of tidying at least once a week and keeping things tidy. But other than that, that's as far as we're gonna go. But wish us luck with this, because we don't know how it's gonna go. So far it's been all right, but we'll see. Another reason for this change, besides the mess in our lounge, is actually quite smaller now because of our sofa. We kind of didn't really realize how much space it was going to take, so it's kind of been a bit intense in our lounge. So removing just this space was actually quite worth it, and I am so glad we are doing this, and we did this. Here, this is actually quite funny. I'm here trying to figure out how to put this. So I saw online this influencer had a table for their kids track for the cars, and I have a wooden track that I bought in Lidl, and I was trying to put it together on a table which we bought in IKEA even before our kid was born, and I was trying to put the track together so it would be on the table, so it always will be out for him to play, which was another thing that we couldn't do while his toys were in the lounge. But the track is way bigger than the table, so I kind of had to improvise here, and it was really hard because I have to use my brain and fitting and doing a lot of things that I was already exhausted from all the tidying. So it was a bit harder than expected, but you know, I did it. So, you know, happy days. Here is another track. Again, like these tracks were in these boxes for the longest time. And every time he wanted to play, we had to put it out. And then after he was done, we would have to put it back inside of the box because we didn't have the space in a lounge for it, because it would just be on the way of our space. So there was no point. But now in his room, we actually managed to make the space and have them out for him to play. So quite excited about this, and we hope that it will prompt him to play a lot more with it. He was already very excited to see it out, and he was already ready to play, which is another thing when you're trying to tidy any toddler toys, and if they are around, they will just come and play and destroy everything that we've done. Anyway, I've put the link for this special track because it's awesome on the description for you. Rain. Don't think there's anything outside, but worth knowing. I have to say, this was the perfect day for this activity because it was raining outside, and we managed to just spend the day doing this, and it was actually quite entertaining. And my period is coming, so I was in a rage cleaning mode, so this helped massively. Uh-oh.
No way.
Whoopsie. There was a spider in these toys, and I just threw it out to get rid of the spider, but now it's being washed. It's being washed. So one of the reasons I like to do this with my toddler is because I get to do two things in one. One, I get to show him what I do for work, and two, he gets to help me and gets to see me do these things, and he gets to do them as well. And I feel like it's important for him to know that things take time and they're hard and heavy, and, you know, for him to value how things get done. Yes, obviously he played for most of the time. I'm not expecting him to, you know, do the hard labor, but you did see him helping with the boxes and things like that. He did also make my day 100 times harder, and I was shouting throughout this video that I didn't even want to share. That's why I kind of just sped up things and did a voiceover, because it was very intense, and it's not easy to deal with a 3-year-old that has his own opinions and doesn't want to listen, which but anyway, we got on with the day with me only saying about 10 times that I wanted to throw everything away, and but I didn't. We will count this as a victorious day. And after this, we had a delicious lunch, and we actually watched a few movies, and I had my candles and my Halloween decorations on, and it was quite amazing to do that with my toddler, and he fell asleep while watching the movies. So, and I got to catch up on work. So, you know, it was actually quite a pleasant day in the end, even though I was stressed out at one point. All right, so this is the final result. I want to thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do so, like and comment. I would love to hear from you, and once again, thank you so much.